in full roar as their guys burst out of the locker room. And we're ready for football as the 49ers get set to do battle with the Houston Texans. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 20. Five-yard line.
Here we go. 180! 21, 21.
Bandit. Whip.
Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. And an alley to run. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down, San Francisco, the pickup, 14 yards.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. On first down, here's Breida. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down, a run with Breida. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down. Garoppolo gives to Breida. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. A gain of 10 and a 49er first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10.
He's checking.
Hey, gun.
Rush in.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. A 16-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers drive right down the field and score on the opening drive. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Watson will bring up the Texans here, 1st and 10 at the 20. On the ground, this is Lamar Miller. Uses the stiff arm. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 15 yards, the Texans pick up the first down. Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's the one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 35. Throwing again is Watson. He's got the hook up to Miller. Give him 7 on the play, and they're going to have a 3rd down. Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
Oh, a big decision here early. Look at this. They're going to go for it on their own side of the field. They are going for it. Here's Watson finding fouls complete. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. They get 14 on that one. Good for a Houston first down.
Well, peel back the curtain, partner. We've got a pretty good look into how they plan to play this game. Aggressive seems to be the word. Going for it on 4th down in that situation.
Yeah, opening drive. Now, we know this coaching staff, they have traits of aggression in their history, but what a start to this game. They're going for it.
Yeah, a lot of people might say reckless, but they got it. 1 for 1 on 4th down here early in the game.
Try to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Throwing on 2nd down. Watson. It's complete to Hopkins. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Watson on 3rd down. And he'll find Akins there, complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Game situation. Let's go. Check. 9.
They go back to the ground now with Miller. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Now on 2nd and 13. Watson, complete here. It's Hyde. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to face a 3rd down. They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. From the gun, here's Watson. He finds his target, Fuller. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Will Fuller, 30 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. So the quarterback drops to throw, looks over, and boom, a guy that wide open, he has to be thinking, wait a minute, this is some kind of a dream. This is too easy.
Yeah, a great dream. One you don't want to wake up from. But for the defense, almost feels like there was a bust in coverage.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. Short kick. One of the up middle take it now.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 18. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's taken down. It's a gain of 3 from the 17 to the 20.
Hey, alert!
This is Breida.
I think if we put together a job description for a middle linebacker, we would start with being able to hold down things in the middle of the line of scrimmage and be able to take on blockers. But how about the guys who can go sideline to sideline and make plays?
Love a guy that can do that. We saw a perfect example of it right there. And he is marked down right about on top of that imaginary yellow line, but they say he's a bit short. So in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, so they're going to opt to go for this thing. We'll see. Maybe a surprise pass or run. What will they do? We're about to find out. 4th down. They only needed about 4 or 5 inches there, relied on the big guys up front, and got it done.
Yeah, this is the time to just go ahead and hit it straight ahead. No juking, right? No movement in the backfield. Take the ball and go. As I heard a coach tell a player a long time ago, save your dancing for the club, son. Just get up into that line of scrimmage.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop them a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7.
Here we go.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches' 2-minute drill.
That's what they needed. It's an 8-yard gain, and now 3rd and 4 suddenly doesn't look so bad. And he's going to be taken down here, still a couple yards short of the first. Call it a gain of 3, and it'll bring up 4th down. There's Garoppolo to throw. Got him in. He finds Sanders. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the 1st down.
11.
They'll run on 1st down. It's Coleman. He's got the 1st down and more inside the 40. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Tevin Coleman with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the 49ers have now taken the lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
On 2nd and 9, Watson going deep for Hopkins. It's caught inside the 25. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. So the field flips here as they'll go to work at the 20 now on 1st and 10.
56 is Mike. 56 is the Mike. You ain't got nothing. You ain't got nothing.
They'll toss it to Miller.
56.
And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2. On 2nd down, here's Miller. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1.
Let's go, D. He's coming. Double up, double up. He's coming.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson being chased out left to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Intended for DeAndre Hopkins. Incomplete. Brings up 4th down.
So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So remember now, they've had some problems with his side here that have dogged visiting kickers in the first few years of Levi Stadium. Well, really any kicker for that matter.
Yeah.
Not sure if that had any effect there, Charles, but that was not the greatest of kicks.
And no, I didn't see anything out of the ordinary on that one. The field looks to be in great shape. He just kind of botched it.
Yeah, I agree. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, it's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Watson dancing to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
Sometimes we wonder about play calls, but this one made perfect sense to me. He's got the only touchdown that they've scored in this game. Tried to get it to him again on another deep ball.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
And we're into the second half now, and this is an offense that continues to struggle to sustain a drive.
Looks like they're just totally out of sync, whether they're running the ball, passing the ball like we saw there. I don't know. The rhythm seems off. Watson going to stay out there as they'll go for it on 4th. They're going for it. It's Watson. It's complete to Fuller. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A big one there for the Texans, 18 yards. Watson on 1st down. Open man, the tight end fails. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now, is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and it'll be 2nd down. To throw again on 2nd down. Watson. He's got his tight end. It's Fells. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. A shotgun snap for Watson. And a throw there going to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Again, the offense will stay out there. They've converted once on this drive. What can they do here on 4th down? Now Watson. He's got Fuller. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab the nugget when I can.
And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game. We'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get a spark and maybe slow down the other side.
But here, do you change up anything on this opening drive?
Not offensively, you don't. You got everything going your way. You've probably prepared for maybe some change-ups you might expect, but overall, you like what your game plan's showing you.
He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. On 3rd down, here's Coleman. He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Well, this game's ripe for the taking, and that run, I think it means he wants to take it.
Not only does he want to take it, he doesn't care what they're going to do on the defensive side of the ball. You can be prepared for him. He's coming at you anyway.
Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. A field goal would get them the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Back now here in Santa Clara. All square, 14 apiece to score as we get ready for the 4th quarter. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. On 3rd down, a run from Breida. And this is going to result in losing yardage. They're driven back to the 8-yard line. Not at all what they envisioned on 3rd down. 3 yards in the wrong direction. And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And they take a 17-14 lead. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
This is fielded at the goal line.
Get ready.
25-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
At the 25-yard line.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
Here we go. Let's bring it. Let him go.
Out of the gun, Watson. Buying time to his left. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
While we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore, I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion, and both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Now Watson to throw on 3rd down. Open man is QT, complete. Touchdown, Houston. Kiki QT, 75 yards. And the Texans have retaken the lead. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Here we go.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point?
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Super tall.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. So a nice job to break the 1 tackle, but not much daylight after that as he's brought down. That'll be a pickup of 4 as they work with his 4-point fourth-quarter lead. Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides. They'll try to pick this up on the ground with Breida. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. First down, San Francisco. The pickup, 14 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
Once again, they run with Breida on first down. Justin Reed, the safety, made the tackle. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 45-yard line.
Here we go.
So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire. On 2nd down, it's Coleman. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. He'll look to throw. But that's complete to Sanders. And he will get this to the midfield stripe, but that's not going to be enough. He's a few yards short. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. They're making steady progress, but I see your face. You're worried about that clock.
I'm worried about the clock, and at some point, you have to have a splash play in there as well.
Down 4 late. Got to go for it here on 4th down. They'll look to throw. Goodwin able to haul it in. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, 50 yards, as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Now Watson. Here's Fuller with a catch. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. 85. Shift.
Back to throw. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down. And now the timeout call. So 5 seconds left, and a field goal would send us to overtime. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. And the clock will now stop as a timeout is called with 5 seconds left. So out comes the field goal team now for the second time here today. This to potentially send us to overtime. And his kick is indeed good. And they will tie this game here in the final seconds. So a money kick there in the final seconds. And now, barring any hijinks on the kickoff here, partner, I think you and I, we're going to settle in for a little overtime.
And I wouldn't have it any other way. This has been a dogfight all through regulation. No reason to think it won't continue in the extra period.
And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor. Oh, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Alexander, and the return will stop right around the 25. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure of the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Well, that was a unit that understood exactly where the first down marker was, handed it to their guy who could run it, created some space, and he got there.
Now it's Breida. And he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for second down. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. Call it a gain of 5 that time. They'll be left with a third down and about 9 to go. What can Garoppolo do now with his drive? Now Garoppolo lost the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
A 36-yard attempt.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on 4th down. Garoppolo going to go on 4th down. This is caught. A gigantic call there in overtime, but it pays off with a first down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. It'll be their second and final timeout, remember, here in overtime. We'll be back.
Here we go. 180. 55.
Stop your whining.
Check 3. No. Off.
They'll try to run with Breida. And he's into the end zone for the touchdown and the game winner in OT. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
I'm gonna rest, I never sweat, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist, watch how I flip, watch how I whip, I'm in the whip, I'm gonna rest, I never sweat, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch, they saying you switch it, you won't get it, you know they came from the bottom and now we is lit, you was lit, I gotta get it, you hating cause I on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, huh? they act like they made us. You know I'm icy in Vegas. This for the that hate us. I make a lot of new money. When the not savers. You be liking my flavor. I think it's cause ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, all on the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch. You never switch. I never switch. I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist.
Said I was legit ever since I blew. They all on my hey back then didn't know I exist. Don't touch my cup, you know how I sip. Hey, got your long that I made her when I showed out my whip. Hey, spent about 10 on my fit. Act slick then hit with the back then used to out the zip. Blow out his back and then dip.